very excited. Very excited. Gutted, because I had a ticket and I've had to give it away to my friend because I'm working that weekend. So I'll be watching in Brighton in a hotel room, annoying everyone else in that hotel when I'm screaming on like a lunatic.
Why would you still support a football club that puts you through so much pain? And the simple answer is belonging. Like, when I was in that stadium for the first time, 6-year-old, my uncle took us to see Newcastle United at St James's Park, and at certain moments in your life you feel the divinity in existence, and in that stadium I felt the divinity. It didn't matter where you're from, how much money you've got, you're working class and you're up in the singing stands, or you're upper class in the Platinum Club, whether you're like me, a half Hindu, Sikh, Indian, Singaporean who doesn't fit in anywhere. Like, I still felt a Geordie. I still felt part of NUFC and Newcastle United.
I think it's a tough game. In my heart of hearts, I've got to be honest, I see the only way us winning is if we have the defensive performance of our season. We've had some great defensive performances, don't get me wrong, but we can't afford to do what we did against Liverpool a few days ago, leaving those holes between the two centre-backs. I think we'll get exposed there potentially. We need to score goals, and I think the only way we win is if it's 1-0. If we can somehow shut them out and get a goal on the counter-attack with someone like Wilson or Isak, or a little bit of brilliance from saint-maximin, I say that's the way we win. If it's high scoring, I think it's going to be a struggle, because I think they've got more in the way of threats than us. But I stand by Sven Botman. I absolutely adore that guy. I think he's been the signing of the year for us. You know, pound for pound, one of the best defenders on the planet for me. Just been a great, great acquisition. But if he can take care of his section with Fabian, with Dan, and with Trips, if we can shut them out and keep them at bay, we might nick it 1-0. That's my best case scenario.
You know, you do want the success when we do well. It makes such a difference to everybody in my life's life. You can feel the atmosphere in the city centre, how buzzing it all is. I remember in '99 when we lost to Man United, I didn't think it was even possible because I was only 6 years old. And just the atmosphere around the city, everybody's windows done up, all the shops in black and white. My mum was selling flags, hats, black and white wigs. I had my face painted, and that was the first taste of a lifetime of disappointment. But for me, it's like, all my best pals will be there, so will I. Got me ticket, wouldn't miss it for the world.
I think it's going to be a closer game than I want. I think, 4 or 5 weeks ago, when I was away for me 40th with the lads, I was saying, yeah, we're going to cruise this. We've got this. We've got the whole cup. And then Marcus Rashford has found ridiculous form. Ten Hag's got them playing well. And apparently without Bruno Guimaraes, we are Newcastle United under Steve Bruce, it would appear. We're struggling. I think we're either going to draw it 2-2, take it extra time penalties, whatever it goes to, or we're going to nick it 2-1, which is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'm in Germany. I mean, Chris Dobie, bless him, said that if they made the final, he wasn't going, even though I think he was a seeded player. So he's not going to Kiel, north of Hamburg, to play in this tournament. Fair play to him. I think if I was in his position, I'd do the same. But I'm working there, and I have promised that this is coming with me.
Yes.
And if I'm allowed to, I'm going to be wearing it under my suit. So it'd be a bit of a bold statement if I can do it, because there will be some Manchester United fans, I'm sure, like Joe Cullen and a few other players who might be going for the Red Devils. But this is a big opportunity. I remember those cup finals against Man U and those battles in the 90s, which made me cry as a teenager. I'd like things to be turned around, and I think there will be a lot of people wanting Manchester United to lose this weekend, including all the Liverpool fans, the Man City fans. So I think there'll be a lot of people on our side. But if we can win, I'm going to have a great time on Sunday working on commentary for the European darts this weekend.
Like, my mum, raised in Newcastle, she's diehard. My sister, my brother, my family in India. I've just been out here gigging in Estonia and Latvia. And the comics I've been hanging with, they know a bit about the tune, and some of them have got a soft spot now. My two flatmates from uni, die hard, and then on top of that as well, like even me Indian grandma doesn't speak any English. Even she'll be saying, "How are the lads?" She asks how Newcastle United are doing, and she doesn't even speak English because she knows what that means to the city, what that means to the mood of everybody in our house and everybody close to us. So if we win it, it's going to be a week of sheer jubilation, sheer celebration. That bus parade is going to be like nothing you've ever seen in a one club city like Newcastle, which is something I didn't realise was such a rarity until I really moved out the city. For us, that's going to be everything, and every single one of my family members and friends will be at that bus parade. And then again, with that success, the other time you want to feel the divinity in life is when the chips just land. When you, the universe, the decisions you make in life are in sync. Now with football, what's I suppose a bit more special about it is that it is outside of your control. It's just to those 11 men, and all you can do is sit and cheer on, be nervous and hope for the best.
I'm hoping Mr. Glass, Callum Wilson up front, is fit and can contribute. I hope after the break Mr. Guimaraes has had, he will be able to make a difference in that midfield. And yeah, just remember, win, lose or draw, how far we've come in this short time. Just remember how fantastic the lads are doing, how well Eddie Howe is doing. I don't rate Eddie Howe. Oh, it's never going to leave us. And yeah, tune, Black and White Army. Come on!
The only way us winning is if we have the defensive performance of our season. We've had some great defensive performances, don't get me wrong, but we can't afford to do what we did against Liverpool a few days ago, leaving those holes between the two centre-backs. I think we'll get exposed there potentially. We need to score goals, and I think the only way we win is if it's 1-0. If we can somehow shut them out and get a goal on the counter-attack with someone like Wilson or Isak, or a little bit of brilliance from saint-maximin, I say that's the way we win. If it's high scoring, I think it's going to be a struggle, because I think they've got more in the way of threats than us. But I stand by Sven Botman. I absolutely adore that guy. I think he's been the signing of the year for us. You know, pound for pound, one of the best defenders on the planet for me. Just been a great acquisition. But if he can take care of his section with Fabian, with Dan, and with Trips, if we can shut them out and keep them at bay, we might nick it 1-0. That's my best case scenario.
So I doubt any of the players are watching, but if they are, what I would tell them before the match is, hey, look, if you lose, you've lost nothing. Nothing changes. You're the same man you were yesterday. But if you win, like, we'll name our children after you. We'll build statues of you. You will be history. You will be... Somebody rang up TalkSport in the mid-2010s crying because he missed Malcolm McDonald. People will ring or send whatever communications we're using in 1,000 years. Oh, it's not 1,000 years, 100 years. Maybe 1,000, who knows? But 100 years crying because they miss you. So I say to them lads, it's 90 minutes stands between you and immortality. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But if you do, immortality, it's there. Go take it.
Away the lads!
Away the lads! Away the lads!
Away, lad.